Welcome to Journey Now, a podcast about following Jesus that takes on serious issues without ever taking itself too seriously. Each week, the pastors, staff, and friends of Journey Church in Brentwood, Tennessee gather to catch up, share life together, and laugh a little. Okay, a lot. Maybe too much. But along the way, they also explore what it really means to bring heaven to earth, share Jesus' hospitality, and live cross-shaped lives. Part Babble, part Bible, and occasionally even thoughtful and entertaining. This is Journey Now.
Special one. I thought this was a fun one.
Okay, well, let's start.
Yeah. All right, let's start it. Yeah.
Hey, everyone.
So
Welcome to the Journey Now
part.
podcast. In case you missed last week, you should go on YouTube and watch Mike Erie's outfit that he wore that day.
Watch his outfit.
And
People have
not to return this week.
people have asked if that was AI.
Yeah, I did post and said this is not AI.
Hold on a
This is
second.
real.
What are we talking about? I wasn't here last week.
Yeah, you were.
I was not here. I don't know. What are you
We're
talking
gonna
about?
do that.
Oh, imposter.
We're gonna do that.
What?
That.
That?
Yeah.
He's doing the special wiggle right now.
I need a body pump update.
Yeah.
Is that part of this? Is that part of the body pump program?
Special wiggle?
Oh my gosh. People.
Anywho, I think Tim decided to dress this way because you dressed that way.
I felt like
Yeah, he was gonna try to be matching.
I was trying to mirror you.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. My name is Mike. I missed last week. I was in New York, and I'm here today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel great.
You look.
I heard it was a great podcast.
You look
I heard
great. It was.
I do look. In fact, you
The AI version of you looked
said
great.
to this very outfit weeks ago, but I treasure these moments. You said you look skinnier today, and so I wore this outfit today. Yeah.
It's flexing. Yeah. And also, I want everybody to know that when I was looking at my hat selection this morning, I was trying to make a hat selection, and I originally put on my the one that has M's on it.
Yes,
M's,
thank you.
And you hate that hat.
I hate that hat. I hate
So,
that.
Why?
So then I stood there
For
and I
reasons we
stared
will
at
not get into.
not on this podcast.
Yeah.
And so I was staring at my hats and I go, oh, he likes California. So I got on my
Thank you.
Carlsbad hat.
Plus, the
Kevin.
cursive matches your.
I did, yeah.
Yes,
that too.
dude. You look. You know what?
Hey, I also have green shoes on.
Oh, look at you!
Yeah.
Happy
I have no
Patrick's
Day. Saint Day.
Okay.
Kevin, you are dressed like a comfortable couch.
Wow.
You know, I just want to.
Embroidered.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to curl up with
Yes.
a warm Afghan.
Yeah.
Yes.
And watch some Minnesota Vikings.
They
Sorry,
suck.
Suzie. That felt
Listen to
Yeah.
John
That felt
Tesh.
awkward.
I know.
John-
listen to
Thank you
John
for.
Tesh.
wrapped in a.
John Tesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He
Anywho.
looks like he should be driving a tractor.
I love that corduroy. I love it. It doesn't.
buddy.
It doesn't hold its shape well.
No.
not
No.
meant to,
It's
though.
supposed to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
be this.
Yeah. Well, it is.
I bought it while I was
Shaped
right
well.
next to the Belmonts with
told.
my daughter.
Yeah.
And I said, ooh, that's a fun hat.
Yeah. How many hats do you have?
I have a plethora of hats.
Plethora.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna say under.
Is
50.
that like a quiver?
Great question.
Ooh,
Ooh,
good
pull.
pullback.
Right
Good
there.
pullback.
Hats are a
We're
blessing.
talking about surfboards.
Hats are a
Yes.
A plethora of surfboards is a quiver.
I
of
didn't know
surfboards.
that.
I didn't know that.
And so I asked him what a plethora of
I
guitars
Plethora of
have-
raccoons is called a quiver as well.
I got on the Amazons
Yes.
a little hat
Oh, they know you.
List?
not rack, but it's like a hat
List?
holder. It's got like a plastic
Yeah. Yeah.
mechanism that you just put all your
the
hats in
hats.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. A
So I
mechanism.
probably have 10 that I use.
10 that used, but how many unused?
Uh,
'Cause I want totals.
yeah, I might have about 20 altogether.
Do you have a hard time getting rid of hats?
That's a great
Like,
question.
do they hold special meaning to you, so
who
you don't
hurt
want to
you?
give them away?
Yeah, some.
Yeah.
Thanks, Suzie.
Some that
And
no
then
longer
there's-
spark joy.
There are a few
my
that
mom
I'm.
gave me one that just said husky on it.
Yeah,
And I was like,
oh
save that one.
my gosh.
Yeah.
We should get him
Husky.
a Husky Tools one.
Oh, yes. Yep. It just says husky. I love husky.
Mine said Schlemmer.
Barrel chested.
Barrel chested.
One. Husky's the other one. That's funny.
I love
I
it.
will totally wear them.
Oh.
Because do you remember when
Yeah. Husky was a brand, right?
No, but Lindsay
Oh,
got
yeah.
me that hat that said ask hat.
Oh, yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Shout out, Lindsay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we are.
And Seth.
So, hi, Seth. Hi, Brad. Hi, Lindsay. Does Lindsay listen?
No.
Okay.
Do you need to? I don't think
There
so.
could be a Lindsay out there.
Okay.
There could be.
There could be.
One of the 11.
Yeah.
But do you need to say anything to Seth? Do we need to have a conversation or confrontation with Seth about the amount of times he texts you during?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I forgot about that.
I thought a confrontation would be appropriate.
we had one.
Okay.
Oh.
And
How'd it go?
Explain.
okay, well, Seth Erre. So Seth,
my
he
bad.
coaches me, and this
Sorry.
is for days
Leading
leading up to Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dad, don't forget, big shout out,
Yeah.
Seth Erre, 9:00 service. And I'm like, yes. And I always forget. And so he begins to audio text, Dad, you forgot, no shout out. I mean, super sad. You've heard them. You've heard them. Well, by the third one, I realized that I'd forgotten in the 9:00
watch
service.
is blowing up.
My watch
I told
is
you
blowing
to
up.
stop wearing your watch.
Stop wearing your watch. It's exactly right.
Yep.
I say, hi, Seth. I've got your text message. We're good. Here's your shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is preceded by, not preceded, but that
Followed
is followed
up.
by
Yeah.
17 pictures of a horse from the,
Please.
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 Where do we go?
Wow.
What's our mission
Honduras.
trip?
Honduras.
video.
Honduras.
Okay. I didn't know what we were going to say right there.
That there's a horse.
I was excited.
Where
are we going?
So
Which angle?
We played a Honduras video 14 years ago. I don't know how long it was, but
was
Shout out Silas Lynn.
Silas
Yeah.
Lynn.
There you go.
Dog days are over.
Yep.
Yes.
So we've listened to that song 5,000 times, and we've watched the video. And every Sunday he asks if we can show the video again,
Yeah.
and I'm like, Seth,
No.
there is no more Honduras video. We're done. It's
Yeah.
over. So anyway,
Country's done, yeah.
He sent me 17. Yes, 17 still pictures of the horse.
Okay.
Just to let me know he was thinking about me and that he loves me,
Uh,
or something. So
Yes.
Seth, stop. I love you.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Once you get the shout out, buddy, we're done.
One and no Chick-fil-A.
No.
I mean,
that escalated.
I'm coming from love.
Throwing down.
Wow, there's
Yeah.
a difference in parenting
Coming
style
from love
right
and
there.
drawing boundaries.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's Papa Tom.
Yes. You don't send me horse pictures anymore, son.
So Seth, I
Hillary
love you.
used to do that, yeah.
Send all the horse
Hillary
pictures.
used to send you horse pictures.
Yeah. Yep. For reasons we will not get into. So
Only imagine.
Suzie,
Yes.
we are week 3 into Body Pump, and I want to know. I want to know.
I'm never
It was
sharing
so
anything
potentially
with you
serious.
guys.
It was
I
so
am
potentially
no
serious.
I was wondering where
longer
he was
going to
going.
be telling you details about my life.
Where? No,
Nope.
Suzie, we love you.
Nope.
I'm just. All I'm asking is, have we moved on?
Okay, I just have to tell you that
please.
I go. My friend Victory goes with me to this class.
All right,
Yes,
Victory.
Shut up, Victory.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
last
Listen to this?
week,
No.
she's well,
Okay, no.
I don't know.
Okay.
Last week,
We'll
she's
find
on
out.
a walk with Christy Hall, who does listen to this.
Oh,
Oh,
hi,
no.
Christy.
What's up, Christy?
And
Christy.
Victory told me that they're on a walk, and she's telling Christy how she's really sore because she's been going to this exercise class.
Yeah.
And Christy's like, "Oh, I know all about your exercise class."
Oh yes.
So there's that.
Yes. All right, but how? But you've adapted because you're not complaining as much in terms of being sore, and then but that complaining
I'm
in a great
complaining
way.
about
Yeah.
We just moved on.
Yeah, it's fine.
The eye of Zaron has shifted. Are you increasing in barbell weight on some of the exercises? That's what I'm trying to
yes.
fish for. Okay, perfect. And you're not as sore and it's getting easier.
Yes.
I love that. Good
Thank
for
you.
you. All right, so twice a week.
Once or twice a week.
Yeah, once or twice.
yeah,
a week.
that's-
Okay.
that's-
Yeah. Or's doing a lot of work there.
I know. It just depends on all the other responsibilities.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Or
Kevin.
twice.
Kevin's got a hurt back.
Yeah.
He's been carrying the church for far too long.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like I tweaked it, guys.
Yes.
Can't do it.
It's this season. It's twice now in the last.
Yeah.
It's taking less time to recover this time than it did the last time, so that's better.
So what happened? Can you give us the moment?
Well,
Especially with-
can't. This is where it's weird.
Okay.
But when I talked to the chiropractor, which I also called an orthodontist today.
Yeah. Shout out Dr. Houston.
Yeah.
Oh boy, is he an ortho and a chiro?
No.
Yeah,
Because
it's a
Let
new
me
thing.
training.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
fix your teeth.
Although he probably would say he could fix your teeth
You
too.
probably could. You probably could. Can I fix those for you?
Yeah.
I just if I pull your jaw just the right way, we can get them all to line up.
That's right.
Sound painful, but anyway, I went to a Windrock Park with Lori last week.
Okay, hold on.
Where we went a little off-roading with our Jeep.
The ducks were moving, is what I saw.
They were shaking.
Yeah.
And
that is, he has ducks in the front of his Jeep.
Yes, yes.
Taking a video.
If you were curious,
Yeah, Seth. When two people love each other. And they want to show that physically. They go off-roading.
yes, with ducks.
With ducks.
Yes. So anyway, it was. You guys
that
are
got me really good. Don't continue your story.
So anyway, it was a rough ride. Let's just go with that.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of shaking. Lots of shaking going on.
I
Yeah.
don't know how to finish this.
Lots of body
All
pumping.
he does
Yeah.
is he shows us a video that the ducks are just moving. We're not sure why. So okay.
Gosh.
Is that when the back got hurt? Is the question. That's what started this.
We keep coming up with these. It's like things you can't talk anymore, but you can't say anything else because it's just inappropriate. Oh gosh.
Okay, so you're driving in the Jeep, off-roading.
Yes, off-roading.
With Lori.
At a park.
Yep.
I'm so glad she doesn't listen to this.
Yeah.
Not just you.
Kill all of us. Anyway, I told the chiropractor that we
Yep.
were off-roading with the Jeep, and it was
Yep.
pretty hard on my back.
Yes.
And he said, yeah, probably somewhere in there you loosened up something. And
He's no Jeep expert. He
Yeah,
doesn't know
he's
that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I actually felt the twinge of pain when I bent over to pick up a popcorn popper.
Oh, no. Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, it was bad.
Oh, that's the worst.
I was. We keep it in the bottom of our pantry. It's
No-
the same
no
deal when I
longer. No
did it
longer.
the last time. It's the same deal when I did it the last time.
You
I
just
picked up
can't
my
do
gym
anything
bag.
without stretching anymore.
65. I'm 62. Anyway,
Yeah.
but it.
Thank you, Kevin.
Oh man, the pain.
Yeah.
Killer.
Signs
So I
we're in
went to the
middle of podcast.
chiropractor yesterday.
And it helped?
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a sore spot that I can't quite shake. So playing pickleball was out of the question.
Yeah, we tried. I tried to get Kevin in.
No, not
because I
happening.
lost. So we gained one and lost one yesterday. So my friend Tim, who I love with a holy love, I really do. And we were playing pickleball, and it's just he's been out of it, and he's so aggressively good that like his body is not prepared for the intensity, and so that he pushes it through.
Yeah.
And so Timmons.
Nailed it.
Oh, it's so good. We were undefeated though.
How's your shoulder?
Timmons back. Timmons back.
Yeah, it's back.
Good.
No.
Timmons is back.
Yeah. Let's continue.
Okay, perfect.
So you spoke this last Sunday.
I did.
Thank you.
We
I
had
did.
we had a service,
Thank you.
and in that service, you spoke to.
I opened the Bible.
We were in Jeremiah.
Yeah. Jeremiah.
And
And we talked.
you were bringing some great information around prophets,
Kevin.
and then good ones and bad ones, and that's a good
And
ones.
non-profits.
And anyway, right. And one of the questions was about a nonprofit.
Oh, I like your hat.
Thanks. So this is from probably one of our listeners who wouldn't mind a shout out.
Oh, okay. Well, shout out, questioner.
Angela Barnhart.
Whoa.
Identity revealed.
Oh,
Yeah,
man. Okay.
yes.
All right.
Do the false prophets know
She's
they are
married to one, first of all.
Yes.
So
Well,
let's just throw that out there.
that just
Okay.
yeah, I should have wrote that back.
Yeah.
Ask your husband.
Ask you, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Be silent in church and
Yes.
ask your husbands. Quote Suzie Lind.
Yeah.
Nope.
do the false prophets know they are false prophets, or do they feel like they are doing God's will?
Yeah. That's a
That's a
great
great
question.
question.
I had a similar thought. Yeah. That's great.
Yep. So,
I haven't the foggiest idea.
Yeah.
do you
The
want?
foggiest.
Not even.
So, how would somebody come to that question from your message on Sunday?
How would they come to that question?
Yeah, how would that question kind of go? Oh,
well, we encountered a false prophet who was prophesying against Jeremiah. Jeremiah had hinted that the exile was going to be long. This guy Hananiah prophesies against Jeremiah that the exile, the folks that are already there, it's going to be 2 years. And bam, and we haven't had time to get into all the personal narrative. So the second half of the book is all Jeremiah getting persecuted. He gets thrown into prison. He gets sold to, I think, to slavery in Egypt, or he gets kidnapped to Egypt. He is confronted by kings. A king burns years of his preaching on a scroll. Like they read a page at a time, and the king just sets it on fire. I mean, it's just gnarly stuff that Jeremiah had to go through. And one of the gnarliest things in 27 and 28, before we get to his letter to the exiles, is that he's confronted by these false prophets who are saying what they want, what the king wants to hear, which is, guys, we can go ahead and resist. Yeah, it's going to be quick, and we're going to win. Whereas Jeremiah is at this point walking around with this symbolic yoke on his shoulders saying, no, we're actually going to live under the yoke of Nebuchadnezzar. And so that is how you would ask that question. Did Hananiah know that he was a false prophet? It seems, because there are so many warnings against false prophets, even in the New Testament, right? Jesus talks about you will know them by their fruit. That I would think that yes, a lot of folks can make good money and gain status in their social circles by prophesying falsely.
No,
I think maybe. And
sarcasm.
And
no,
I know.
That doesn't happen anymore. That's
no,
so
it doesn't.
Good that was
all.
just
doesn't
confined to biblical times.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's good.
So I actually think, because Paul even says when other people were preaching the gospel from false motives or from true. So we might delude ourselves into thinking, yes, I'm God's spokesperson. I think they're really sincere people who are sincerely wrong, who actually believe they're doing God's work, when in actuality they're working against the stated purposes of Jesus.
Yeah.
But I also think there are some who just know they're fraudulent and are in it for money, power, or whatever else. So that's a great question. Whether Hananiah knew or not, in 2 months he knew, because the chapter 28 ends with him dying 2 months later. So
yeah, I mean, it comes down to then why should people have trusted Jeremiah?
Yes.
Because that's kind of what we're in these days. Is we have so many voices now that are almost prophesying things.
Totally.
Not even just in future, but even just in the ways.
We're in the middle of a revival, guys. I mean, all of this sort of language is being poured out over this very specific political, conservative Christian hybrid thing that's existing now. Yeah. And so, yes, absolutely.
So which voices to listen to? And it's also hard too, because you kind of go the John the Baptist route when you're like, that guy I wouldn't be hanging out with that guy.
Right.
Yeah, he would have been a total weirdo to you.
This weirdo guy that I would put somewhere else, But same with Jeremiah as you read through his story.
Yes.
So anyways, it's hard to put it into today's context.
Totally. And the difference, of course, is Jeremiah, when he's appealing, he will appeal to the prophets that have come before him.
And to the covenant.
That's the biggest thing he's doing, is he's just holding up Deuteronomy, saying to everybody, hey, remember this?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Like today, I mean, we talk about this all the time. I mean, today we have filtered through 4 biographies the words, intentions, purposes, and motives of Christ. And that's all we can do is hold that up and everything else that's held against it and say, okay, what fruit does this produce? Yeah. So yes, I mean, that is a perennial problem. And even, I mean, I just find it fascinating in Thessalonians, Paul just says, do not treat prophecies with contempt. So that's one thing, is just to dismiss them as impossible or never going to happen or whatever. And yet test them communally and hold on to the good. So it's this beautiful discerning posture that we're to have, that we're always coming back to, right? There is no label that we can sit and trust. Not everything labeled Christian is, not everything labeled non-Christian is. Yeah. And so we have to discern, which is a much harder, longer thing.
Another one?
Great.
Dude, Kevin, you crushed it.
Yes.
Here we go.
Swish.
My shack, your shack, and a bungalow.
That's funny.
With a smiley.
Yeah.
All right. Real question, though.
Did you write this one?
Nope.
I
have a different one. I can't. Anyway, we were talking about the chocolate bunny.
Reference the Veggie Tales if you've never heard.
Do you feel like Jeremiah's message message about occupy and continue, flourish, stands in contrast to what I understand is the spirit of Paul's general admonition, at least in some of his epistles bearing his name, that given how Jesus is coming back any day now, you shouldn't have babies settle in, etc. Or am I misunderstanding the spirit of either of both of these texts? If I'm not, I side with Jeremiah on this one.
Okay, say the first part again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I lost it in the Philippians question.
Do you feel like Jeremiah's message about occupy, continue, flourish, stay in the land, be a blessing to the people of the city you're in?
Yeah.
You're going to be there for a while.
Yeah.
So have kids.
Yeah.
Stands in contrast to what I understand is Paul's general admonition, at least in some of his epistles.
Yeah. Don't stay where you are. Do not marry because of the times we're in.
Right.
Yes. Oh, that's a great question.
Where does he say that?
1 Corinthians.
1 Corinthians. Yeah. You shouldn't have babies settle in, etc.
Yeah.
Or am I misunderstanding the spirit of either of these texts? Both of these texts.
Great question.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to side with anybody, this question, I'm siding with Jeremiah on this.
That's good. What would you say? How did you respond?
I said,
I guarantee you nailed this.
Oh, it's long. I said that Paul is an advocate for living expectant lives. He is also an advocate for moral living. I believe the spirit behind Paul's explanation of being single is that it allows for an unencumbered freedom to engage in the kingdom of God without the entanglement of the responsibilities of a family. The community of the believers is his picture of the kingdom, where Jeremiah is seeing the nation of Israel as the embodiment of the kingdom on earth, and the need to perpetuate the community was through family and the ongoing existence of Israel. Different views at different times with different ideas of how the kingdom of God was demonstrated in the world. Paul advocates for marriage as well in other places.
Yeah. Is that where it says that where that person is referencing? Is it
Nailed it.
Is it the part where he talks about how like great it is to be single because you have all this freedom, but if you're going to burn, you should get married?
That's one way to understand that text. Yes.
You're going to burn with passion. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's just remain in the station in which you were called. Now, the urgency that is at work there is either the famine that is happening in the world. So some think it's like a really close time horizon that Paul is saying there's a famine coming in the Roman world. Or the horizon is the return of Christ. And you absolutely are right to say it depends on, because Peter was written, we think, later than those instructions. And
Correct.
Peter very clearly is like, hey, let's do the Jeremiah 29 thing. He never says be fruitful, multiply, but all of his instructions assume a vibrant communal life together with the expectation of Christ's return, but not living as if that were going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I think you crushed it, is my point.
I was thinking about the tax collectors and Daniel.
Oh.
Like when you're talking on Sunday, I was thinking about, a tax collector, which is kind of helping the flourishing of
the Romans.
Now, shady, but
well, at the expense of the Jews. That's the difference.
Okay.
Oh, you're comparing them.
Yeah,
to
I was just curious.
Yeah.
It was,
Or Joseph is another example of. Yeah, so I think Jesus welcomed the tax collectors, of course, but I think the argument that Jesus himself would have held on to was that you are actually impoverishing the Jews and keeping them poor because of your corruption. Whereas, as far as we know with Daniel was not directly involved in the oppression of the Jewish people.
Yeah.
But he was part of the Babylonian government. In fact, he gets high enough that they seek to undermine him.
Yeah.
So it
just
so
made me
odd.
It made me think, which is probably totally inappropriate.
No.
For me to think even about government today. You've said in the past, like, I don't know how to be in government and be
right.
Anyways, brought those up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, what's that look like to be in within the orbit of the government or whatever place that we're in, and doing all those things, and also to be for the flourishing of the people.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
So and the way the early church worked that out is they just prohibited some professions. Like, you just could not be on stage because of the immorality involved. You could not be in the military because of the violence involved. So I mean, their answer was just to say these
Out of bounds.
out of bounds entirely. You bet. You bet.
Yeah. So tax collecting. I don't know. Where's that?
IRS. What else we got?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we were.
No, I mean I love that question because there are places to offer limited cooperation and good citizenship.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Where do the tax collectors go wrong in that? Because there's a government job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely fraudulent, exploitative, and was the reason many Jews couldn't afford to go to temple or the festivals or whatever.
Well, and Matthew left the profession, right?
Boom. But remember when they asked John the Baptist though earlier, hey, what should we do, tax collectors? He's like, don't collect more than you should. So you have both.
Yeah.
Right? You have some who are encouraged to stay there and do it with integrity, which I don't know if you could do tax collecting with integrity, but I guess that assumes that you could. And you have Matthew leaving. That's great. That's good.
That could have been their joyful non-compliance for the day, right?
Bam.
Okay. Another one. The message from Jeremiah to live as exiles did not include evangelism or an effort to convert the city in which they lived. My question is, how does the Great Commission to go into all the world and preach the gospel relate to the teaching from Jeremiah?
Oh, so good.
I'm thinking it's both and. We as a church are still exiles living the upside down way.
Yeah.
And we live under the new covenant and are also to spread the gospel by preaching in addition to living the Jesus way. Anyway,
Okay. That's so good. Can I take that one?
Please.
Oh, okay. This, you talk about like controversial takes. So I quoted a guy named Alan Kreider, who wrote a book called The Patient Ferment of the Early Church.
Wow.
And I quoted the distinctives. He was the one that summarized the 7 distinctives of the early church and how they lived. And so he said the word that characterized the early church is the word patience. And there's a section in that book, and I've since found other commentators who say similar things. So I've totally changed my view on this. That the Great Commission wasn't seen as an evangelism text. It was seen as a Trinitarian text. And that the Great Commission had been fulfilled by the apostles. And so in the first 3 centuries of the early church, this is Kreider's argument, there is not one public exhortation to go evangelize. And so the way these exhortations would take the manifestation of things called tractates. So they would be like longer than pamphlets, shorter than books. And they would have tractates.
Is that where we get the word tracts from?
Potentially, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yes. Certainly in Jewish, like in the Mishnah, there are tractates.
Yeah.
So maybe it was a borrowed form. All that is to say, he just found it curious that there were no sustained authoritative admonitions to evangelize. It was rather all be faithful in the midst of empire. Now, there are some, and there are a couple of contemporary scholars who argue that we misapply the Great Commission
For sure.
texts.
Yeah.
And that those texts have been used to excuse our lack of faithfulness, because at least we're reaching new people kind
Right.
of thing, or whether it's covering up abuse or it's the outreach model that just says, hey, the church is for the people that's not here yet, which is something I used to argue too. So I think you're right to notice that there was no call to woo Babylon into the Jewish way of life. Now, that may have happened, but the primary focus of the exiles was to be Jewish and seek the welfare of the city as Jewish exiles, not as Babylonians.
Right.
So to resist complicity and to practice good citizenship as uniquely covenantal people. And that, I think that's where the Great Commission gets pulled into political conversations, where the Great Commission means turn the nations Christian. And that at minimum is a gross misapplication of that.
Are those people the initial, like, was his name
Kreider
and the other scholars that you've read, are they saying that everything written post Acts in those writings, nothing shows a a call to go and
No, there
evangelize?
are. Absolutely. Especially after
They're just
Constantine.
saying historically.
In the first,
Okay.
they just found it interesting that in the first couple of centuries, when the early church was at its most formative points, that what was being emphasized in the writings that were being passed around were things like patience and seeking the good of others.
Not evangelism.
Love of enemy, not
So
evangelism.
if you're somebody, again, like I feel like it always goes back to how do you read the Bible and understand it? Like some of our friends would say, well, that doesn't matter because this is what Scripture says, and it's more authoritative than the other things, right? That's where that argument would fall. I'm not saying that's,
But how would the original hearers had heard Matthew 28? How would they have heard that?
That's a great question.
That's the right answer to the question. It isn't how we hear it. It's how they heard it.
Yeah.
And that principle carries forward, not...
Yeah.
It's good.
And that's why he teaches
same with
how to
Acts
study the
1:8.
Bible.
And that's why Acts teaches missionaries rather than communities. So the communities are feeding the poor and they're taking care of the widows.
They're doing their thing.
They're doing their thing. And in that way, they're evangelizing. But then we get records of evangelists who were individuals who were called out into into the pagan world to plant churches.
And Paul was one of them.
Yes, but their goal was planting churches.
Right.
So they would preach, they would gather converts, they would plant a church.
And then they would move on.
Exactly. So is there a place for evangelism? Well, of course. I wish every single person, every single human being would encounter the risen Jesus and be utterly compelled by his person. Not just for the sake of their eternal future, but for the sake of now.
Yeah.
Yes, I want that. The question is, what is the best way, historically, theologically, politically, to bring about that? And I think the answers are pretty telling that it's never through the exercise of political power or structures that are institutional in nature, but rather it's the embodied faithful communities who are small and vulnerable and marginalized, who just simply do the Jesus kind of thing. And it's those, and another one of Kreider's points is, the church grew not because of their proclamation. No one was out there proclaiming, or very few were. The church grew because of the nature of its communal life together. That was what was so compelling.
Yeah.
And we flipped it. We've emphasized proclamation without any tending of our communal life together. And so, come to, and we've also equated coming to Christ with coming to church, which all of these...
Or saying a prayer.
Exactly. So all that is to say, like, I would highly, if you're stirred up by this and have more questions about it, it's an academic read, but it's a really good book, The Patient Ferment of the Early Church.
The Patient Ferment.
Yeah. So it's like wine. He was arguing. It just you mixed the ingredients together, and then it grew by itself. Yeah. It didn't need external exhortations.
Right.
So anyway, it was fascinating stuff.
Really good.
Our church. Can we just brag about our church for a second?
Which one?
Our journey.
Oh, this church.
Don't stop believing.
Don't stop. Don't stop believing. Bragging about our church.
Our church is amazing. The questions, like these are amazing questions that they're putting stuff together that is just sort of like little threads, and they're just going, oh, well, this means this, or this could mean that.
Right.
I'm just continually impressed at our sweet community.
Can I also brag about our community?
Sure. Yeah.
So last night we did Room in the Inn, which is like, according to Steve Lynn, the best thing we do.
Oh, yeah,
here.
according to Steve Lynn.
Yeah. It was really great. And Aaron Porter prepared the dinner.
Yeah, he told me he was making pork butt.
He spent his entire Sunday preparing this meal for our guests that came on Monday night. And Steve and I were just like, when we got home, we were like thinking like, that is so amazing that someone who like works pretty hard throughout the week, is going to give up that whole day and his time to spend cooking a meal and pouring all that love and attention into something for our guests. It's really sweet.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, that's great. One of the things I love about our church is it's the continual question they push on us. So what do I do? So what do I do? So what do I do?
Yeah.
And so we've started doing what are typically called announcements, we do them at the end of the service because
Tell them what to do.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I just think that's such a great way to sort of embody
Hey.
that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what to do.
Speaking of
Let's
embodying,
wrap this sucker
yes.
up.
Okay, yo, Edwin's got stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Got stuff.
He's
Yeah.
got stuff
Okay.
to do.
Yeah, Edwin's
Yeah.
got stuff. He's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah.
He's a big deal.
Deal. Big deal. Big deal.
Okay.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Journey Now. If for some bizarre reason you liked it, help us spread the word by leaving a review and sharing it on your socials. Journey Now is a production of Journey Church in Brentwood, Tennessee. Edwin Rivera III produces the show and fixes all the guests' slurping, gum chewing, coughing, and other annoying sounds. Randy Hansen provides technical assistance, even though he denies it. Grant Opperman edits Journey Now and intervenes when necessary to tell the crew that you can't say that. Special shout out to dear listener Brad Erie and dear YouTube watcher Seth Erre. If there's anyone else who makes it through each week, we're so sorry, and thanks to you too.